Update 31.5 is already out in Melon Playground. Hello everyone, dear friends. You're on the Melonfonk channel, and in this video, we will talk about the weekend update in Melon Playground. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and also leave your class in the comments. It's easy for you and very pleasant for me. Well, I won't waste your time any longer. Enjoy watching. So dear friends, Update 31.5 is already out, and you can download it from my Telegram channel, and the link will be in the description of this video. The update will come to the Play Market and the App Store a little later, so at first you will need to download it from the Telegram channels. And what was added in this update? Let's first take a look at the changelog. Added store category system, Helium Tank and balloons, the ability to choose ammunition for weapons in the editor, new soundtracks for pause mode in the editor, object outlining when using rope, and also secret content will appear soon. What this secret content is, leave your guesses in the comments, but it sounds very intriguing. What has been changed? The photo mode has been improved, a new heat distribution system has been added for vehicles, the transform button has been changed, and now updates instantly. UI controller coloring has been added, and military clothing can now also be repainted. That's everything mentioned in the changelog. A new avatar has been added, and it now looks like this. As always, it shows the head of Melon, but for some reason he has a long neck. And we can also see cakes with candles, as well as a festive wall in the background. It is clear that this avatar is festive and timed to the release date of Melon Playground, which first officially appeared on the August 23rd, 2021, meaning it has been 4 years since the release of this wonderful game. Now it is clear why the new balloons were added, since this update is celebratory. I congratulate all of you on the release of this update and wish everyone a happy birthday for Melon Playground, which also means celebrating the birth of our community. Alright, let's move on to the review, because everything in the changelog sounds very interesting. The first change is that they finally added new categories, and there are a lot of them. Now it is much easier to find the mod you need, which is just great news. They also finally added worlds to the categories, which were not there before at all. Overall, finding a mod for any theme has become so much easier, and it looks really nice. Each category now has its own icon, which is very cool. They also added a new helium tank that can produce balloons. For me, this is the most unexpected update, because other items seem more likely. And overall, the helium tank is really fun. The texture is a beautiful red color, and when you activate the tank it inflates a balloon. If you overfill it with helium, the balloon pops. If you inflate it to the right size, it will fly away, and if it is too small with too little helium, it will simply fall. The physics are very fun and well done. It's quite an interesting item in my opinion, and of course, if you mess around with fires near these tanks, they will obviously explode. Yeah, I think that's clear, and overall I really like the physics. It's a very cool and truly unexpected item. The next addition is a new mod editor. Or more specifically, now you can choose the type of ammunition for weapons. And if you select all the ammo types, it becomes the most powerful weapon. It's a neat addition. And overall, the developers, as always, are adding new mechanics to various editors. I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but I'm glad the developers are working on the game and coming up with new ideas. Overall, it's a pretty nice addition, and I think the developers did a great job adding something like this. Share your opinion in the comments. The next change surprised me the most. The developers reworked the heating mechanics for cars and vehicles in general. Now they heat up completely differently. If before, for example, the body could heat up while the door stayed cool, they have now fixed that, and for the most part, it works almost perfectly. And the heating now happens gradually, meaning there is no fast, unrealistically accelerated heating. It's actually quite mesmerizing to watch. Also, it seems that the textures now appear heated in a different way, making them bright, amusing, and rather unusual. I like this addition. They also added new soundtracks. Now when you're doing something in pause mode or making changes in the world editor or mod editor, about a minute after you start building something, the soundtracks will begin to play. You've already heard them in my previous videos, and you can hear them right now through your headphones, speakers, and so on. A very cool and fun addition that now makes building much more enjoyable, as it is accompanied by pleasant, smooth music that perfectly matches the atmosphere. I think you have appreciated this addition. It's very nice, but in my opinion, the developers made a slight mistake here because the music appears exactly 1 minute after you pause the game, or exactly 1 minute after you enter the editor. I would have made it earlier, in about 30 or even 15 seconds. It just appears too late in my opinion, but of course share your own thoughts in the comments. Another thing added to Melon Playground in Update 31.5 is that you can now color the UI controller. You can paint it in absolutely any colors. Honestly, I don't know what this update is for, because usually the UI controller is hidden when you place it in a build or vehicle and so on. Well, maybe someone will find it useful. Although to me it's a slightly pointless addition. Military clothing can now also be repainted. Maybe some were waiting for this, maybe some were not, but if you repaint the military clothing in red and blue, it will resemble a Spider-Man suit. That's a funny observation I noticed while recording this video. Transform parameter changes are now applied immediately as soon as you enter a new value. Maybe this should have been added a long time ago. I don't know how important it is, but it's there, and the developers did well to keep adding such small improvements. Another important addition to note, when you try to connect items with a rope or a wire, the objects are now highlighted with a blue outline. This is a direct hit from our developers. They did a great job here, and now there will be far fewer problems with ropes. This used to be a really big problem. Honestly, it was unclear when you were connecting something with a rope, and sometimes real issues would occur that badly affected the gameplay. The developers have now fixed this, and it definitely will not be a problem anymore. In addition, the photo mode has been changed. Now in photo mode, you can interact with objects through simple activation. This is very convenient. Previously, it was a big problem because we couldn't even activate vehicles. Now this has been fixed, and I hope the developers will add more features to photo mode, because right now it's not very playable, and I want to use it. To summarize, I think this update turned out very interesting. The Helium Tank is a great addition, although it is the only casual feature in this update. For some, this may seem like a downside, but I think we have seen a lot of good things in this mid-update. The new category system in the workshop is a great addition, and the new soundtracks are just incredible. And the new object outline is also a great feature. And on top of that, there were many such small changes that will actually be very useful in the game. Share your opinion in the comments. That's the end of my video. You are on the Melonfonk channel, and remember, my friend, good luck to everyone, goodbye to everyone, and as always, see you in a few days.